We're going to start Katawa Shoujo, but if I get it working, I will switch to Hatoful Boyfriend next time. I'll get some Katawa Shoujo here for like a demo. This is just a sampling of it. I have not updated from version 1.0. I don't know if there's like innovative new... Wow, that's loud! How about you calm the hell down, Katawa Shoujo, huh? How about you just, ease up on that action? Oh, you don't know Katawa Shoujo? Well, that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna say it right now. I've played this a little bit. I played, like, through everyone's part 1. And, it's tight sometimes, but Lily is best girl. Lily is absolutely best girl. I have an egregious bias. I will tell you right now that if I do not defer to the chat, which I will, it's, I'm disabling adult content. I hope everyone can live with that. I hope you can all forgive me. So we're starting a fresh game. Wait, is it showing? It is not yet showing. No, hold up. So if I go to window capture, Katawa Shoujo. That's more like it. Yeah, it's the good stuff. I could try to make it, yeah, I'll just put it a little bit to the side so it's not... Why lose any of it when I have it's free real estate? It's free real estate. Katawa Shoujo is now what we're in. I guess I'll change my stream description, because now it's, A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. Dude, that volume is just... enthusiastic. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. This is Hisao. Get used to him. He's an idiot, by the way. Advance notice. Like... He's not as much of a jack-off as I made AK. Wait, as I named MC-kun AK. But I'm specifying Doki Doki's MC. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. What an emo. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, Hisao? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. What a creeper. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. So yeah, this MC-kun is not you at all. Iwanako? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Iwanako? And she's not important. Iwanako? I'm just gonna do as dub as I possibly can. Iwanako, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result? Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. I thought this went poorly that caused this. I forgot that things were so bad. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. Hey, wait, that was an episode of Adventure Time. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly at the gust of wind. Yeah, wait, it's snowing and she's still got the miniskirt? What? What a hero! What a tank! That Iwanako, she's got thigh power. You need that in a woman. I've seen Do You Lift Club, I know. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond their breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Hisao! Dun 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 dun. The beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the insistent clatter of the branches above. Yeah, so they had a bit more budget. I wonder if that heartbeat monitor was actually showing an irregular heartbeat. You ever been to a hospital? It's got lots of shiny stuff. I know that from experience. But not much. Doomfest! For a second I thought that Doomfist was working on this game before anyone else. It's like, so Doomfist, what'd you do all that time you were in prison? I helped make Katawa Shoujo. I'm trying to think of like an Overwatch joke, but how can I outdo the original? Overwatch is the joke. Gotti! It's too easy. It's too easy. It's kind of messed up, but there are certain things that are just too easy now. And it's like, yeah, okay, anybody could make fun of Donald Trump, Fortnite, or Overwatch. But why anymore? Nobody's going to appreciate it. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So, I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Now, that seems like extremely severe arrhythmia. A strange world. Foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without finding anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really doesn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I mean, they are literally NPCs. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as a kind of an omen. I still had to ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Man, you and AK should switch places! Yes, I'm gonna put my foot down on that, that's true. But I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days had become increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. Is it still snowing out, or are those like fall leaves? A week could go by without me really noticing it. It should be like breaking spring. No, wait, it's fall! But you were at winter and it's been 4 months, so why are there leaves outside? I guess that's spring and something's blooming? Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness. The barrier of nonchalance I'd set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that only happened rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Jesus, you fucking sad sack. Lighten up, would you? I get it! Your life is an unspeakable hell beyond time, and your heart sucks and you'll never be able to live a normal life. Stop crying. You're upsetting the other people. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is the ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Isao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little, back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. Forgive me for making the doctor a male implicitly. Maybe that's not PC, but I've been doing Yuri's voice for so long. I need a break. I just need some man voice in my life. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindictions. Those aren't... Is that a thing? Are there contraindictions in pills? Doctors, please respond. And dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. The typing only makes me feel sicker. And sleepier. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. In medicine, a contraindication is a condition or fact that serves as a reason to withhold a certain medical treatment due to the harm that it will cause the patient. Well, in that case, it shouldn't be listed on the list of medications that he is being given. It's the opposite of indication. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoke with your parents, and we believe it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please, calm down, Isao. You're extremely a slight breeze could kill you. Please cheer up. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Oh wait, that was his dad. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. So incidentally, unlike DDLC, this is aggressively in Japan. These names are so Japanese. Disabled? What? Am I? Yeah, bro, you were hospitalized for 4 months for a chronic condition. You're disabled. And that's a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from the highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids! Don't try to disguise that fact. Yeah, but this isn't the one for the mentally disabled kids. That was the game that was inspired by this one. Something Stars. I can't comment on it. I can't and shouldn't. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I don't really have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. I like how that makes living longer sound awful. It's just like, hey, congratulations, your life expectancy is good, so you'll need a job. Get back to the grind. Man, fuck this. Give me a Make-A-Wish. I am not excited to work at school for another decade and then work at a job for however long I have left. Probably not long enough to get a pension. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. Step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active, in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. And many of the doctor is actually just his dad, like, taking the head mirror off and flash-stepping next to him and to the bed. They just have the same voice because they're the same dude. Just like, oh, this is just... Yeah, they're out there, just need a little help in one way or another. Takes off his mustache, puts on a head mirror. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is! Really, yeah, Hisao's a douche. I don't like Hisao. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? Normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell something out now, but something about how I can't go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. Hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There isn't really a choice, I know this, but I thought of going to a disabled school. What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It'd be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. Oh, you can actually see my cursor, sorry. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. We'll get to the first option, maybe. Act 1, Life Expectancy.